I know it's been a long time since our last video. A lot has happened. For a while we were sick, and then we had a wedding to go to, which was out in BC, and hopefully we'll have some footage to share of our trip out there. But today we are working on putting a cover on our raised bed. So as some of you know, the derecho spelled the end of our greenhouse last summer. Actually, it was May 24 that it came through and destroyed the greenhouse. Thankfully, it's been a mild winter, so I think the peach trees have survived in there, and the snow has covered most of my plants. So I think we won't do too badly, but it means that, as most times I would be already gardening in there, that's just not going to happen. So Gord had built me this raised bed last spring out of some used metal. And some rough sawn lumber that we had. Well, we actually went and cut some cedar and put it on the sawmill. And I'm really happy with it, but since we don't have a greenhouse and I'm aching for some greens, Ethan is going to try to build me a top for it so that we can use it as a cold frame, hopefully. The nice thing about the location for this raised bed is it's on a south-facing hill. So although we have lots of snow around, this section is starting to melt, and I figure it will heat up the raised bed pretty good with the black metal. Like I was saying earlier, in this project we've tried to use as much materials that we either had on hand or that we were able to acquire from the bush. And again, with the top we're doing the same. So this was a skid, and Ethan removed it and then he cut it down with the table saw. That's going to be to help hold our plastic on. We did have to buy a couple 2x4s because we just didn't have the sawmill going right now. But we were also able to get off another project here some pressure treated lumber that has been out in the weather for a long time. And our hinges, as you can see, are used as well. So use what you got if you can. So the reason that we bypassed is so that when it's open, it can rest against there, and if the wind blows or anything while it's open, it's not going to tear the hinges out. So I thought that was a pretty good idea of Ethan's. So on to the next step, some of the uprights. All right, so for today, it's freezing cold out. We are done. The sun is getting ready to set, but it's looking good so far. Good job, Ethan. Thank you. Instead of reusing the greenhouse plastic as we first thought we were going to, we decided it would be structurally more sound to use some older used polycarbonate. The only thing about this was it meant that we had to undo and rethink a few things on the structure. So this is where we're at today. We had to take off our supports. We're going to have to place them in different areas, obviously because of the size of the polycarbonate, and we're going to have to cut down the sheets a little bit just so it looks a little better. So we're going to get started. So it is the day before my birthday, and my birthday gift is finished. The cold frame is looking great. I'll just take you around the outside. I have been waiting so long for a top like this for my cold frames. I just love the design. So it opens up and then can stay propped open because it rests right there. So we have the counterbalanced, and then if you close it up, we can show them in the back. We put a vent with a gas shock. It's nice and lightweight, so that can close up as the weather cools and then open up on its own as it gets hot. And if it gets too hot, we can just open the whole cold frame. Thank you, Ethan.
You're welcome.
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and have a blessed day.